I'm telling you, America's in serious trouble. And you've got to have gold and silver and food and a filter and weapons, because you're going to need them. What's your next question?
China's president has skipped the G8 summit in Italy and returned to Beijing as ethnic tensions flare again. The official news agency said Xi had been on a state visit to Italy ahead of the Group of 8 summit starting on Wednesday, but cut his trip short due to the situation. If these protests escalate, will China use some diversionary tactics to redirect the attention?
No. The problem that China has is another CIA black operation. And I talked about it innumerable times over the last couple of years. And they have had families of people on the payroll since World War II in that region that they use to disrupt things. And so that's what that's all about. They're telling China, you shut up, well, we'll have your nation in turmoil. That's what's going on.
According to Fox News, there occurred a major cyber attack on U.S. and South Korea, apparently from North Korea early today. Is this a new front?
No. No, I've always suspected that South Korea does some of the things, many of the things, that it does because it's getting paid by the U.S. to do so.
This question is from Chicago Federal Reserve President Charles Evans said again Wednesday that there is no evidence of broader credit expansion, which is needed for inflation to start. Do the Feds ever intend that any of the trillions be used for credit expansion, or was the money pocketed by Federal Reserve insiders like Goldman Sachs to be used to buy up America on the cheap when the economy is in the shambles with 50% plus unemployment?
Well, the money that was given to the TARP recipients, and 10 of them gave it back because they wanted higher salaries than $500,000 a year. The TARP money, for the most part, and the money that comes from the purchase by the Fed of CDOs that are held by the banks, that money is either going on deposit at the Fed to be used by the Fed, or it's being used to buy treasuries. Now, I think in time, perhaps later this year, you're going to see an approval of another $2 trillion stimulus plan. I forecast that in January. And along with what we've seen go into the bank balance sheets, I think what's going to happen is that the banks are going to start to lend at that time. And that's what's really going to get everything underway inflation-wise.
Evans also stated there's a substantial possibility the jobless rate will peak near 10% or higher in 2010. Of course, he is lying about the true jobless rate.
Who's that?
Evans, the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, well, most of them are stooges, except for the two I mentioned earlier in the program. And, you know, they lie by omission, is what they do.
What do you think about paying insurance annually? Would it be better to pay 6 months at a time for the car and house? And are these insurance companies solvent? I mean, if you have a claim, are they going to pay it? Or are they broke also?
Some of them are broke. And pay it every 6 months.
These just came in from Chris, and
Chris has gone mad.
But it's about the death of the dollar. She wants to know if it will take place in October 2009.
We addressed that earlier.
Didn't you
She
do
must
that
have been
one?
sleeping.
Well, I don't know why these just came in.
Oh, I got another one, an old one from Chris from Monday the 6th. I don't think we've touched that one yet. What else you got there?
Let's see. Let's see. Here's Wednesday's, I guess you talked about these two. Here, it's not a coincidence that CNBC is talking about oil price manipulation, just as talks between Obama and Medvedev have concluded. Is it an attempt to drive down the price of oil in order to deprive Russia of wealth from its oil?
Could very well be. Because oil in 10 days went from 70 to 60. And that's not normal. Not normal at all. There's something going on in that market. And, but, you know, it's so hard to put your finger on. You know that something's going on, but you don't know what it is because everything's a secret. And, you know, our government under the working group in financial markets can do that. And they can make a program that makes the market do what they want it to do. And the only way we can stop that is if Congress pass a law killing the executive order which said that the working group in financial markets could manipulate markets. America is just, you know, upside down. Unbelievable. I mean, I just cannot believe what's going on. I thought these things would happen undercover. They're doing it right out in the open. They don't care who knows. They don't care. Everybody in the Illuminati is grabbing anything they can get their hands on with both hands to enrich themselves until the bottom falls out.
GM was supposed to have gone out of bankruptcy today. What's the scoop on that?
Haven't heard a thing. But then again, I'm not up on it because I lost my satellite. And so I don't have a continuous feed.
All right. Well, we heard the little warning. We're out of time today, and there's a couple of them we need to get to on Monday, but we got most of them. And we do thank you, listeners, for sending them to us on Wednesday. And so send them so we have. You can answer your questions come this Monday. 800-375-4188. Your gold and silver coins, and, of course, your complimentary entry to the International Forecaster. Have a great week, Bob. Get better. Continue to get better. And we'll see you then. Take care. Good night, and God